If you don't want me to hack your computer, you better like this video right now. So come on, hit that like button in 3, 2, 1. Too late, buddy. In today's video, we're hacking Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 again, so watch the whole video and subscribe to my channel so we can see each other next time. Okay, so last time we ended up here in this, let's say, Outimals part, right? Where we have these wrong side Outimals and we have these little animals here, and it's all so ugly here, and we'll meet Giblet in a moment. And then we'll actually show you what the prototype itself looks like in the cutscene. I'm really looking forward to it, so make sure you watch today's entire hacking session. Let's dive in, folks. So first up, we have these wrong side Outimals. As you can see, they're simply turned inside out with their skin on the wrong side. They look a lot like Giblet. Yeah, really very much like Giblet. You can see they have those veins. They've got that poppy gel inside them. Their eyes are rolled back. The Outimals are truly, truly disgusting. They look really ugly, but for me, they're some of the most successful models. The best were probably still the smiling critters. Yeah, they had quite a big role. Then I would say that these Outimals and Nightmare Critters in Chapter 4 were, for me, probably the biggest bore here. Otherwise, we can see that these rooms are currently unrendered, but we only have these specific elements prepared where we need to click and turn on the lights. So once again, for optimization purposes, some sections of these rooms are currently unrendered. Anyway, we can also see the poppy gel here again from the other side showing how it appears. It's truly quite disgusting, actually. And then here in this room, we can see the keys that we're supposed to get. Even Playtime is written on them. I didn't even notice that. Oh my goodness. So these are the Playtime keys. Alright, let's just quickly go through this now because I honestly don't think there's anything else particularly interesting to see here. Yeah, the only thing worth noting is that there are still some Outimals here in a T-pose. Okay, so we have these Outimal models still positioned in a T-pose, which is probably the sole interesting detail. And here we also have some Outimals in a T-pose, but otherwise, that's probably everything. Alright, as you can see, now we also have Globy, and Globy looks like this. Yes, this is our entire model. We just have Globy here in our hand, and that's all there is to it. And this is how we light it up. So that's actually the only thing we currently have, and it's incredibly dark in here now. As you can see, it's extremely dark in here, so we've already cleared the previous section of puzzles that we were working on. The only thing that's still loaded is the room with the keys, which we already grabbed, and they're reloaded here again, you know. So that's quite funny. I'm already at this point in the game where the keys are supposed to be loaded. So wait, I just want to see how he runs here. So what exactly happens if it runs over here? It runs away and then despawns. Right, okay, that should have been obvious to me. So, as you can see, some fake darkness has been created here again, and the Outimal just runs in and hides himself there. Alright, so now we really should be heading to Giblet, and I'm wondering if somewhere here beyond the map... Oh, wait, we haven't picked up those keys yet. We'll grab them right now. Okay, so now we have the keys. So then, when we finally go to Giblet, I'm really curious if a prototype will actually spawn somewhere even underneath the map, man. I'd be incredibly interested in that. So... we're back here again, and here we have this beautifully broken elevator. Oh, they've spawned behind this elevator. Okay, that's interesting. Also, you can see the elevator is fake. There's no shaft, nothing like that. And now, let's take a look here. Here's the toy that will jump scare us somewhere around here, but we see it hasn't even spawned in yet. But Giblet is intentionally somewhere here already. It looks like he's not here, but this room is already loaded where the prototype will come after us. So, the prototype is after us in this room, but it's not loaded anywhere yet. Okay, it seems I don't see it anywhere here. I don't think we would have completely missed it, you know. So, the prototype isn't loaded anywhere yet. It's truly enormous, so we definitely wouldn't have missed it. I believe here the toy is giving us a jump scare, but as we can clearly see, there's absolutely nothing here. That's a total scam. So, wait, he just actually spawns right here. Yeah, he just normally really spawns right here. Okay, so right here you can see this is how he jumped at us, and now just look how he's dragging us, man. I just can't comprehend the sheer power he possesses, man. Look at how he's pulling us along. All right, and now Giblet is about to make his appearance. So where exactly is Giblet going to spawn from? Ah, yes, Giblet is right here underneath the map. Here he is. And suddenly it teleports up, and then, oh my god, dude, Giblet really went for it. But the toy just ran off and despawned. So that's how Giblet appeared from under the map and then came running right at us. So yeah, now we've got a whole cutscene with Giblet. No, he can't be outrun. Alright, let's go. So, it just occurred to me, if you guys would be interested, I could try playing Poppy Playtime Chapter 5, the entire chapter, or even the previous chapters at a much faster speed, because I'm actually able to speed hack, you know, thanks to my various hacks. So, buddy, if you'd like to see me play Poppy Playtime at, say, speed 3 or speed 5, which I think will be pretty crazy in boss fights, playing at a higher speed, or the grab pack puzzles and everything, it'll be totally crazy to move around in, and it'll just be pure ADHD. Type, I want speed, dude, in the comments, and the more comments like that we get, I'll record myself playing Poppy Playtime at a much higher speed, because honestly, this is quite, I think, crazy, you know, that we can move this fast. Anyway, now we'll switch back to normal speed, and let's go check if the prototype has already loaded somewhere, because this is indeed our room where we then continue with Giblet. Otherwise, we can just take a look at how the room appears. We should definitely take a look at that. So, as you can see, this is the room where the prototype will appear. We have all sorts of different little blocks here. You can see how the wrong side outimals simply use these to make themselves some kind of shelters. It's incredibly detailed that these shelters are fully modeled even inside, though you can't see them at all here. I think that we are hidden. Yes, here we are, so nicely hidden, bro. We're all the way back here, right? Why didn't we hide even further? If this prototype came through, I'd hide right at the back. I'd be really scared. But you see, even inside, these small houses are designed. Here we have some pipes, so it's a really well-detailed room. More design here and more design there. That's really quite crazy. Anyway, we'll fly out there and take a look. The prototype is still nowhere, man. It's still nowhere to be found. Okay, that's interesting. All right, let's go. And now the cutscene begins. And now he really should be spawning somewhere, right? Is he anywhere to be found? Still not anywhere. Okay, so the gas is about to begin. Well, the gas is starting, and the prototype is still nowhere, still nowhere, still nowhere, still nowhere. Where is it? It's already making sounds, buddy, and it's already here. He's already here, bro. Just literally spawned here completely randomly, man, and he's got his arms stretched out. It's what, dude? I'll fix some as a salt ice, dude. Mommy Longlegs' arm is less stretched than Huggy's and Kissy's arm. That doesn't make sense, right? When Mommy Longlegs' arm can stretch the most. Dude, alright, okay, and it's starting to move now. Okay, so he's only got his legs animated for real, dude. He's just so repulsive. He's so utterly disgusting. If he didn't have that jester suit, if he didn't have these parts on his head and didn't look like Pomni Dude from Digital Circus, then he'd be absolutely crazy, just the way he looks. So, this is how we see it, how wonderfully beautiful his legs look. Here we have his entire torso. We can even see some muscles here, you know, and back here on his rear, we can see that he has that fur from Catnap. Okay. And this is how it looks then. The only thing is, you can see that at this particular moment, he's not fully loaded and lacks hand animations, so he's actually walking around like this and T-posing. That is so incredibly funny, man. He's literally T-posing with his own hands, with these incredibly extreme ones, man. His hands are just so extreme. Just look at how absolutely massive they are. So he's T-posing right here with his own hands. Otherwise, it seems to me that he used to have more flesh here, but now he only has bones and just those wires. I feel that on those earlier tapes, he also had more flesh on his hands. But his arm is extremely elongated. Yeah, now you can see he's doing that animation where with that claw, he's coming right towards us. Okay, so this is the animation. It's coming towards us now, and now it's going to kill the toy. Oh my god. Okay, what will you do with it? It's pulling it. Okay, it pulled it, and it's back in a T-pose. Okay, it's not completely in a T-pose. That's interesting. It has this arm twisted like this, and this arm twisted like that. That's really funny, because you just can't see it from down here, can you? But if you just peeked out a little, that's terrible, man. But I've heard theories, and of course I'll do a theory on the prototype, so don't worry, it's all in the plan. But I heard a theory that this head is actually Catnap's skull, and he carved out space for the teeth and then put his one eye here, which actually sounds like it makes sense because he somehow built the prototype himself, right? So I think if in the next chapter we somehow manage to burn off this jester outfit of his and it's just this skeletal mechanical part with that creepy head, then it's gonna look really good. But honestly, that jester suit on him bothers me a bit because he looks, dude, just like Pomni. Yeah, he looks like Pomni and it's a bit cringe, yeah, honestly. But otherwise, his design for me is 9 out of 10. If he didn't have this silly thing on his head, it'd be a 10 out of 10 for me, but the head is really creepy. The head turned out well, it looks really scary. And here we can look inside his head, dude, but I don't say anything extra there. So here we have the animation of the prototype looking quite good, and now we see him leaving. But I have a feeling he won't just leave. He'll come back one more time, won't he? Once we get out, he'll just spawn here again. So how did they manage to do that? Oh, he only spawns a leg here. Okay, just a leg, and then he'll move away again. Okay, so that's cool. The guy just came here again. He came here again. All right, so we're at Giblet's home, and it looks so nice here. If we look, we came from somewhere around here through the vent, and we see that it's just a fake vent. Alright, so this is basically everything here, and here's the level already loaded where we'll continue. It's interesting that this particular one is loaded right here. Okay, here we have loaded this part with the elevator. Once you get the pressure hand, it's interesting that this elevator part is right here. What? Right, you can actually see it here. I didn't even know that. Okay, when you go like this from below, the elevator shaft is already loaded here. You can see it like this, so I didn't even know it was connected like this. Okay, and if we go into this ventilation, the boilers will then load up. Otherwise, if we look here, just the doors are loaded again, so it doesn't impact performance too much. And back here, we have, this is super cool, we have another backdrop made, and this one, you can see, is no longer 3D. This is already done in a 2D style, and we see here, I don't know what it is, but just some kind of warehouse. It just looks like some extreme warehouse, and it seems we're somewhere here, I don't know, but it looks extremely crazy. Anyway, Giblet is going to sing for us, so sing, sing, Giblet, Giblet, sing.
His name is Huggy. Huggy Wuggy. When he hugs you, he'll never stop. Yes, your friend Huggy.
Alright, for the next part, we're in the boilers, and here we have this extreme Bron model who's actually eating his own guts. We can actually look right inside his stomach, dude. He's got a hollow stomach, that's crazy. And they're eating him. Dude, Bron got his cameo. I really didn't expect that in this chapter, but it's truly disgusting. Okay, otherwise, back here, we have a hidden Giblet figurine. I already found that on stream, so we have it here as a little secret. And if we take a look over here behind the map, there's absolutely nothing, just some textures. And for some reason, there's a wrong side out emote in a permanent animation, dude, just this guy. So here we see this critter who's eating something here. Alright, and then I believe he's going to run right through these doors, so we'll have to see exactly what he does. Oh, there he goes. He's running. He's gone inside. So what exactly are you doing in there, buddy? Are you still there? No, he despawned. He despawned, and the only thing we can hear now is this crying sound. Okay, that's quite nasty because it sounds like an employee. Anyway, up above, I hadn't even noticed it. Here we already see part of the laboratory because here we already see how overgrown it is. Yes, as we know, in that lab, the things that grew here with these flowers and this poppy gel, they were extremely parasitic and multiplied extremely quickly. So, naturally, these entire laboratories are, as you can see, completely overgrown and infested, and we simply have a totally collapsed ceiling here. Yes, as you can see, we just have a completely slanted, collapsed ceiling right here, and this is exactly how it looks. I hadn't even noticed that myself, and of course, the poppy gel is moving around here once again. However, right up at the very top, we actually have a secret room that I didn't manage to find during the Let's Play. We actually found it on stream, and inside this secret room, we have Lemon. Yes, you can find Lyman, and here we've actually already loaded the entire laboratory all the way up to this point. Yes, the whole thing is loaded. Okay, we've already got the entire laboratory completely loaded. It's just missing this one room. But otherwise, what's interesting to observe in this laboratory are these plants that have grown completely wild. Just like this, yes, they've really multiplied extremely, as you can clearly see. We even have these mushrooms right here. Okay, the ones we saw, these crazy mushrooms. And of course, as I mentioned, the trees also have various little flowers on them. Yeah, these mushrooms, they literally grow noses. Yeah, that's just incredibly interesting. And these sometimes even have a little flower on them, I think. Yes, yeah, as you can see, these trunks simply have flowers on them too. Anyway, you have to place that lemon right here among the other lemons, and then from here, it will play you a new song specifically for Chapter 5 by CG5, which is mega awesome. Alright, so we're currently in this specific room right now, but you can actually ascend to an even higher point this way, else I'll be doubtful of right there. Alright, so we're here, and right here we're going to open the door, and we've got Lyman. Let's go, we have a secret Lyman, so like I said, I'll gladly play through the entire game with him if you guys want me to. This is how you're supposed to find the secret Lyman, and then very carefully when we climb down, it's like this. Wait, we need to hide him now. Come here, Lemonic. We've got him in a pressure hold. Hope it won't be an issue. Alright, so right here, right now, if we just gently lay him down, then we can place him right here with his own little family. So let's do it nicely, just like this. And once we've placed him with his family... So, a secret song will start playing, which I can't play here because I'd get a copyright strike, so we'll hum it, but you can hear it quietly, right? So you have a secret song. Alright, and now we're here with this crazy mutated Groot man, or whatever it is, and this is how this room looks. If you look, he even has leaves on this side. Okay, it even has leaves on this side, so it's a really big plant with these mutated heads that just grew there, and it's grown all the way up like this. There are literally a million different viruses here. Look how it's simply connected by various viruses, and that's how it looks all the way up. Here, of course, we've got some kind of fake, you know, like a false ceiling again, but it looks absolutely insane. You might even be able to see that false ceiling from here. Okay, you can see it a bit, but look how it's connected between the pipes, just completely threaded through. I can't understand how this even came into existence or how it mutated. The fact that we would ever see something like this in Poppy Playtime that truly wasn't on my bingo card. Yeah, it looks absolutely crazy. I thought it would be just another guy we'd have to kill. Luckily, it wasn't quite a boss fight. Yeah, it's not alive, but it's disgusting. It's disgusting how it completely mutated. It's just some kind of plant, some kind of tree. Alright, we're in the next part of research and development, and here we have that creepy cassette that will play this VHS video for us, and then we'll get the magnetic hand. And what's interesting in this room right here is this, because there's a secret room that you can get into right here through this magnet, and I hadn't noticed that during the Let's Play. And here, if you get past this magnet, there's a hidden cassette in some kind of control room. So this is the cassette that I didn't find in my Let's Play, so I unfortunately missed that one. We'll find it later on stream, but otherwise, I don't think there'll be anything particularly interesting here. Just a few more platforms behind the map, and then we have those letters. All about the backup, which, as we know, the backup is Harley Sawyer, right? The backup we want to get, which Gibblet actually wants to help us get so we can defeat the prototype, because Harley actually made him, so he's probably the only one who knows how to defeat him. And anyway, for now, as you can see, we have our magnets, so we can take a closer look at what our magnets look like, with which we can then attract ourselves to various platforms. Okay, I see. Me, they say, I thought a prototype was supposed to be here somewhere. Bro, here it is, and what's wrong with it? What happened to it? Dude, you kinda what? You should eat a bit more. You're so thin. So this is actually a prototype, but look, he's so skinny, man. I really don't get why they made him so big, because he won't fit anywhere. Think about it, they'll have to adapt the entire Chapter 6 to his size just so he can fit somewhere. That makes no sense at all. He's just way too huge. Like, honestly, his legs and stuff, it's just unnecessary. Look, they really had to shrink him here. He's been squeezed and shrunk because he wouldn't fit. Dude, that's super funny. Anyway, that's crazy. We're just around the corner. We're actually here, and it's already visible. That's crazy. I didn't notice that at all in the Let's Play. Anyway, look, we even have these magnets on our hands like this. I didn't notice that either. What do we see there? We actually see him. He's visible all over the place. I didn't notice that at all. He's really visible here. So, in this part of the game, you can actually see at least his rear end, just his rear end before he respawns. Okay, I think his hand should still be visible somewhere, but I'm not sure where. Alright, let's run, and I think the prototype should pass through here again, so we'll do a speed game to 10 again, and we run fast, because the prototype should pass through here below. So we run, we run, we run. And now, there he is, there he is. Yeah, I already noticed that in the Let's Play, and just look at him, he's here, he's all skinny again, dude. Prototype, you really should eat something, okay? I get that you don't have much to eat around here anymore, but you really should eat a little something, dude. It's like your arm has lost quite a bit of weight, dude. Yeah, quite a bit. You should really get some food in you, man. Yeah, some proper nourishment, right? His head is just here, you know what I mean? Oh my god, in this kind of position. Okay, so DDD, and then you'll be able to respawn yourself back into the game. So, as I said, the levels are simply not adequately adapted for him. He just doesn't fit in here normally, so they have to put him in here narrowed down, dude. That's super funny. So, okay, we have another animation here where a prototype will appear, so let's see if it's somewhere behind the map. We see that it's not. Only this small room is loaded here. Alright, let's just take a give it a way to the spot. I sailed R3. Okay, and Chomkins will be the one picking us up. Oh, what? Chomkins has completely come undone. He's just fallen apart. Dude, we've got spit all over the place, all over the monitor, and Chomkins has no head. Chomkins doesn't have a head. What's going on? And we've got drool all over the screen. Okay, so we're now inside his belly, just like this. So, where is the prototype? And it's on its way. It's coming. It's finally here. So, we see he's again some kind of... no, he's not. He doesn't look tense anymore. He looks quite normal now. Okay, so this is the prototype. Actually, this is how we see it from underneath, and it's really just enormous here. Okay, dude, but how does it have that red gas here? That's crazy. And Chom Chomkins ran away with us, and the prototype, as we can see, was again fully loaded here, which is super cool. So now Chom Chomkins has just spit us out from his big belly. Oh, that disgusting slobber man, the way he just spit us out. And he's completely shy, you know, he just spit us out from his own tummy. He gave us a gentle pat just like this, and then he was just like, you know, I taught, or I said, show me where he has gone. Nice, man. The guy doesn't even need to use doors. He just respawns. So give it a like, or I'll hack you like a prototype. Old son and at